how's it going? Welcome back to Mount of Fossil. It is the final trial
Holy shit, dude.
the trilogy.
We've made it.
Good morning.
What a journey.
It has been. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Listen, Nick, please tell me, what's gonna happen to Mystic Maya?
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So his sister Iris still trying to remove all those strict locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kinda strange.
If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Today's testimony?
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
Wait, what?
The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Well, so I heard.
Franziska von Karma, what are you up to?
I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
What? Then who is?
Who else would it be but Godo?
Godo.
Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. The head gnome's assistants, actually. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon.
Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth.
Prosecutor Godo intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow.
You don't have to tell me that.
Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday.
It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger.
Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else. Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner.
Thanks. Oh shit. Oh shit. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donham? No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Come on, come on. Yeah, let's fucking go!
Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Waka waka!
Your Honor? What are you...
Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. What the fuck?
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge to pass. We of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Godo. I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godo, Please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Their hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Mr. Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make.
Confession? The defendant?
We're gonna have snacks?
Iris. Why didn't she discuss this with me first?
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Upon meeting the beautiful lady, I always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training in a Hazakuran temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes. First, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's all right. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Stoneham?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up. After the murder took place, after her spirit left, I took over the lifeless shell of Miss Elise. I carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court! Order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Chite?
That Godo. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie.
Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions?
Iris is covering for someone? Yeah. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle. Or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her.
You'd shit your pants?
Daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Huh?
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya?
Order in the court! So not only did you witness a murder, you know the name of the murderer!
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. Then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous! Mike had never...
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with his staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So it was in self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday.
It was Ada who shot first.
That Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
So that's not Iris.
Ooh.
That's Dahlia.
You think that's Dahlia Hawthorne? I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden.
Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at the time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There, we all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with that testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with his staff.
You're saying that the victim attacked Miss Faye?
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver the fatal strike.
She moved in to deliver a fatal strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Stoneham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Yeah! Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay now, let's continue. She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
She threw her staff away.
Mr. Khalees was trying to kill Miss Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff.
Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's odd, all right.
Mr. Khalees attacked Mystic Maya with a dagger. I'm sure of this. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon.
And then?
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Bullshit! Witness, are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something, Maya Fey's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see.
This is bad. Oh god, I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's gonna get blamed for this.
I only have this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So you're saying Maya Fey was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Downham? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes. Tisk, right? If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this!
I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it.
There's only one thing you need to get, Trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold.
What does that mean? Is Godo waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up.
Hey, what am I doing?
Alright. Next.
Okay.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
Okay.
Okay, threw her staff away, pulled a dagger. Where's this dagger coming from? Where did this dagger come from? We don't have a dagger. What dagger? Dagger this? Dagger what? What dagger? We know that the staff was the murder weapon. We don't know, but we know.
Okay, so...
Because we know that it's a sword. So what dagger are we talking about, bitch? She maybe did throw her staff away, but it was the part of the staff that removes the sword, maybe.
Okay. You were like 99% close.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so... because you were so close, I was just giving it to you.
Okay.
Alright, why would she throw her staff away and pull out a weapon when she already had a weapon? That's what it is. Why would she use a different weapon when she already has a weapon?
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly, because she doesn't... There is no dagger.
We don't know that. You can hide a dagger.
Okay. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Donham throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Donham really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say?
That was an impressive bit of investigating, right? I never would have thought that there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how shall I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over a blade.
Well...
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
But there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright.
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Donham would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey.
Why?
Because it's her daughter. Elise Donham would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Donham. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Fey?
Oh, no, not Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to...
Misty Fey is the master of the Karain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey!
Are you serious?
Really true, Mr. Wright. Was Elise Donham actually the great mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years? Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing!
Order in the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented... 1, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight. And 2, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe!
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing.
Yes? What is this one little impossible thing?
You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
I heard this witness's confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And we discovered this little beauty.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. Do you not notice something else?
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
I was talking about the handle. It's well made.
Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, and in the violent battle between the two women, This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning. Just as I was taking the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Dagger found behind a tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
Cute girls never lie. Ever.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor. Everyone get to that testimony?
On the next episode, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell so you can be notified every time we update, upload every single day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.